What's up, guys? You're watching Boy TV, and we are back with another reaction. Today we'll be reacting to Chop Suey by System of a Down. This was suggested by a patron, so you know I had to check it out. System of a Down always brings the intensity, so this should be a good one. If you are a returning viewer to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a ton. There are 100,000 of you guys that watch my videos and return to my videos, but over 85% of you guys are not subscribed. I know it can be easy to forget because my videos just pop up. I do the same thing sometimes. If this is your first time to the channel, I am new to the rock genre, exploring the mini classic rabbit holes, having a blast. If you want to join me on that journey, take a second to scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss a video when I post. It helps out the channel tremendously, and if you guys are interested in exclusive content or you want to ensure that I react to your suggestion, definitely consider checking out the Patreon. The link will be in the description. I have tons of reactions to classic songs that got blocked here from YouTube, songs that I know you guys would enjoy. That being said, let's get right into this video.
Self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. Wake up, wake up. Grab brush and put a little makeup. I discuss the fade away. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to. Grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to. I discuss the fade away. You wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? You wanted to. Well, I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. In my self-righteous suicide, when angels deserve to die. Suicide. Why cry when angels deserve to die?
Oh my goodness, man. System of a Down never fails to disappoint. I don't think I've ever heard anything quite like this. And this intro was definitely a diversion. It started off real soft and gentle, pretty normal, and then they just dove off the deep end. This song was incredibly intense. It was super dynamic, like those short bursts of energy. Really a great creative touch. The riffs on this song were lightning. The drums were blasting as well. And I love the sound of that guitar in the chorus. I don't even know how to describe the sound that it was making or how he was doing it. This is also also a pretty awesome video. All the different effects and the transitions, even like the filter or like whatever like style this was filmed in, almost like grainy, but everything really popped on here. And man, if I've said it once, I'll say it again. This voice on Serj is just out of this world. So much character, so much passion, and his ability to deliver this song in a certain way kind of makes the whole thing. And on top of having a great delivery, his voice sounds good. He's able to use it in like multiple different ways. He can yell, he can scream, he can rage, he can be gentle. Really a great vocalist. Now let's go ahead and check out the lyrics on this song. He said, wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup, hide your scars to fade away the shakeup. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to hide the scars and fade away the shakeup. You wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? You wanted to. So some pretty deep stuff right here. So I think he's calling out some behavior here. He's saying as soon as you wake up, you put on makeup to cover up your scars, to cover up your pain. You're trying to pretend like everything is all right, or at least you're trying to hide it from everyone else around you. So either you're trying to put up a facade, or you're just trying to hide the reality of your situation as much as you can. Then he asks, why'd you leave the keys upon the table? And what I take that as is someone like giving up driving. So essentially you're giving up on life. You no longer want to be out there on the roads, dealing with the traffic, dealing with the detours, dealing with all the things that comes with driving. And so you leave the keys on the table. And obviously that's just a parallel for life. And then also towards the end, he says you wanted to after each of those actions. So maybe there's a little sense of you kind of brought this on yourself. Like maybe you could have reached out for help. Maybe you could have took a different course of action, but maybe you took the path of least resistance. So some really heavy stuff. The chorus goes, I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. So I think he's being kind of tongue-in-cheek here. He's saying, I don't think you trust in my self-righteous action. And obviously self-righteous means that you think it's right. It's not necessarily actually right. You're not really appealing to any standard that was set. So it's obvious that someone wouldn't agree with someone else that they care about taking their own life. So he's definitely against the idea of ending your own life in this way. The tone of these lyrics kind of indicate that he feels that it's kind of a selfish thing to do. In the first verse, he was saying you wanted to after all those actions, and now he's saying it's self-righteous. Then he says, I cry when angels deserve to die. And that's a bit of a paradox because an angel is supposed to be a good thing. So there's not really an instance where they would deserve to die. So some more symbolic stuff there. The first verse in the chorus repeats again, so I won't go over those, but I'll go into the next verse. He says, Father, 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 into your hands I commend my spirit. Father, into your hands, why have you forsaken me? In your eyes forsaken me, in your thoughts forsaken me, in your heart forsaken me, oh. So he's actually referencing words Jesus said as he was being crucified. In Matthew 27 verse 46, it says, about 3 p.m, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani, which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? And so that's what he's referencing here. Obviously, Jesus was dying and he was in a great deal of pain. So he's kind of likening that to a person in that mindset. But the interesting thing about this verse is that Jesus was actually quoting a psalm in the Old Testament. It's Psalms 22 verse 1. It says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me? So far from my cries of anguish. And in that psalm, it starts off questioning, but then the writer starts moving towards hope and like praise and ultimately expressing trust in God's deliverance. So that's one of the reasons Jesus referenced it there. He was kind of saying like, I'm in pain now, I'm in anguish, but I know and I trust that God will eventually deliver me from this. So I don't know the exact purpose of them using it in this song. Maybe they're alluding to the fact that if you fight through the hard times with this, mindset of, ending your own life, it eventually will pass and you'll get through it. Or they could be speaking through the lens of someone misinterpreting this verse and actually questioning like why this is happening, but not making the transition toward believing that it will get better. So I don't know, there's many deep things here, a lot of layers this could be. You guys let me know if you know, but man, this was a super intense song, super deep message. Great recommendation from you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll catch you guys on the flip.